What's up, guys? In this video what we're going to be doing is taking the Shield Arms Glock 43x mags down here to my range, and we're going to be putting some rounds through those. I'm going to start out with just some ball ammo, just some regular Winchester white box, and then I'm also going to step up to the some defensive loads that I carry, and just want to put these magazines through their paces. Again, this is for one of my carry guns, so I do want to make sure that they work before I actually put them into my carry rotation. So what we're going to do now, I've got a couple of magazines loaded up. We're just going to go ahead and put a few rounds on target downrange, and just to make sure that they're going to function the way that they are intended to. So here we go. Okay, first 15 rounds, no problem. You can see that the slide also did lock back. So far, so good. A lot of people, when they will go to the range, they will only shoot a full metal jacket for practice because of the cost difference. But it is a very good idea to spend the money using your defensive loads and actually make sure they're going to work in your gun. Just because your gun will cycle one type of ammunition does not mean it's going to cycle all types of ammo. So what we're going to do now is I'm actually going to try out some of my defensive loads, and we're going to make sure that they function in these magazines also. Okay, we see that there was no malfunctions. We see that the slide locked back on that as well. So far, so good. One thing that I noticed about these magazines is the way that they fit into the 43x compared to the factory magazine. There is just a little bit of wiggle, and just to demonstrate what I'm talking about, here is the factory magazine for my 43x. I want you to pay attention to what the magazine does. You can see that there is just very little wiggle in that magazine. We do see a little there, but now let's look at the Shield Arms magazine just to show you the difference. It does have slightly more wiggle in that magazine. Okay, the Shield Arms mags do have that rib that runs down the middle of them. It makes up the difference between what would normally be covered with polymer and the factory mags. What I actually want to do now is I am going to attempt to make the gun malfunction by pushing forward on that magazine, just to try to get it a little bit out of position. I'm curious to know whether or not the magazine is going to function the way that it should, even if it is not set in properly. If there is some pressure for whatever reason that's getting that magazine out of its normal position. So here we go. I'm actually going to pull back on that magazine and see if we can cause a malfunction. Alright, I was pulling back on that magazine, had no problem whatsoever. Now I'm actually going to push forward on it. I'm just wanting to make sure that the magazine wiggles the way that it normally would not wiggle. But again, if you were ever in a situation, if that magazine is pressing against something, it may move around slightly. So now I'm going to be pushing forward to try to induce a malfunction. No problem whatsoever. Now we're just going to make sure that the magazine falls free from the gun. You know, if there was the event that you needed to do a reload. So I've got my spare mag on my side, and I've got just a couple rounds loaded up in the magazine here. Once that mag runs dry, I'm just going to do a quick mag change, and that way I just want to make sure that that mag does come out of the gun freely. Sitting on the bench, it seems to do fine. However, you know, let's give it a try out at the range just to make sure it's going to work. Here we go. Fell free, no problem. Not a problem whatsoever. Mags fall free whenever you hit that mag release. Guys, I'd mentioned before that I really like the Shield Arms magazines. These 15-round magazines for the 43x are a tremendous game changer. If you have had the opportunity to get a couple, you know what I'm talking about. One thing that I do want you to know, one of the viewers on my channel who also has some of these said that he did have an issue with the spear gold dots in one of these. I've personally not had any issues with the different types of ammo that I've tried in mine. Again, I just wanted to get them out here to the range to actually show you all how these things perform. But I would like to know if that is just an issue possibly with the ones that he has, or if any of you guys have experienced any kind of issues with a certain type of ammo in yours. Let me know down in the comments below. Guys, this is just a quick video that I wanted to do to get these mags out on the range. If you're interested in these, I will put a link to an article on the 43x where you can visit my website at boomsticktactical.com, where you can order these from Brownells. They are a great magazine. You are also going to need to get a metal magazine release. I've got a previous video where I actually demonstrate how to change one of these on the 43x. It's not very difficult. These are not very expensive. There's a few different options. You know, you can get them from Shield Arms. You can also get other aftermarkets, but it does need to be a metal magazine release. The reason for that, the polymer magazine release, when you fire the gun with the metal magazines, it's eventually going to wear through that polymer. But anyways, guys, hope you liked the video. Be sure to check out the rest of the videos on the channel. Be sure to share the videos, kind of help overcome YouTube shadow banning my videos. Thanks for watching. Check out the links down in the description. Let me hear from you guys. What are your thoughts on the Shield Arms magazines and the 43x? Let me know down in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.